What's good, everybody? It is Wednesday, May 24th. Welcome in to your daily sports betting brand of record. This is called the Early Edge in 5. More best bets for the night in sports. And I'm already in a fantastic mood today. Why? Because I've already cashed not one, but 2 tickets from First 5 See Ya, who's become an absolute savage. Rangers, thank you very much, counselor. Diamondbacks, thank you very much, counselor. And how about prop stars? He had Zach Gallen going 17 and a half outs. He went 17. Oh, in the heart. But we have the other 2 cashes. We always pick each other up, just like right here and right now. Let's bring in the stars of the show. You know them. You love them. We got frickin' Frack, and my absolute very favorite, amazing Grace is here. Grace, it's great to see you. How are you?
So good. It always feels like it's been too long since I've seen you, Coach. But yeah, it's been a week. Our little EC is growing into a superstar before our very eyes. So I just love to see it.
I know. I don't even know what's happened. But as of yesterday, he was 24-5, right, EC?
Yeah, so we're 26-6. I keep it right on my bot. You can see below my name there, Coach. Hey, we're on a good run. It could end any day. But let's roll with it while we can, right? And thank you, Grace. Thank you.
All right. Well, we've been teasing it, and it's coming very, very soon. Grace will be taking over this show very, very soon. I got to tell you, I'm going to miss you guys. But you'll be in very, very good hands. Very good hands. Great hands, I might add. All right, now let's get into it. Specty, last night, once again, for the second night in a row, I was out watching my son play golf and dominating, I might add. And I kept looking at my phone. I'm like, Tatum's doing nothing until he did. And you cashed again, sweat free. What are we doing today?
Yeah, Coach, I don't even know why you had to look at the phone at this point. I mean, besides EC's parlay, I'm gonna jinx it right now, but I haven't missed. You'd have to go back 2 weeks before I've missed a bet on this page.
Oh, snap!
So but I'm totally gonna jinx it now. But we're gonna go for it anyways. Thank you to everybody yesterday telling about all the leagues you wanted to see. MLB and surprisingly WNBA were the 2 big ones. We'll get some of those going. So we're going to do MLB today. New York Yankees money line at -140. Our AI is projecting a 3.2 to 5.3 game in the Yankees' favor. This analysis gets as simple as it can be. Tyler Wells for the Orioles has allowed a home run in 4 out of the last 5 games. Pitched 28.2 innings. He's allowed 7 home runs in those innings. And the Yankees have Aaron Judge with 14 home runs on the season and Anthony Rizzo with 11 home runs on the season. Our model just thinks the bats are stronger for New York tonight. That's why we're taking the Yankees money line.
They're so valid. Last night they were down 4-0, right? They came back to 165. No issues. Sweat free. I like it. By the way, all of you in the chat, if I was leaving the company or the brand, wouldn't I tell you? I'm not leaving the brand. We're getting bigger. Sometimes you got to make changes. I've been telling you for months, think bigger. I'm going nowhere. But sometimes you got to make room for a superstar host. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm stepping to the side. It's going to be Grace's show. And CID said, I can't wait for Grace in 5. Interesting name to the show. All right. She'll be running it. Make no mistake, Frickin' Frack will have to be towing said lines. All right. With that being said, unfortunately, Grace, I cannot give you the maestro spot today because once again, EC had a winning day. It's becoming a habit. So if you don't mind, you, my dear, are up next.
It's all good. I actually started off with a bet that was on the same side as one of EC's bets today, and that kind of scared me away. I'm just kidding. I know you're on a great run. I just can't, but it's good. Now we know we're on the same side of one of your bets, but I won't tease what it is. I'm going Padres Nats over 9.5 runs. First, allow me to go nerd mode for a second. The air density supports a great hitting environment. Don't tell Mike I said that. The temperature at first pitch is 80 degrees. Wind is blowing out of the ballpark, but I also love the over for these 2 starting pitchers. Ryan Weathers for San Diego. He is outperforming expectations compared to his minor league starts. However, the Nats are one of the best teams in the league against left-handing pitching, rating top 5 in almost every category that matters. If they're not top 5, they rank top 10. And, they're bottom of the NL East. So these are kind of the teams. I like spots like this because they have a national perception, but you dig a little deeper into the stats, they're performing pretty well. Trevor Williams on the other side, looking at his metrics, every single one year over year is just worse. And a lot of times you want to look at the expected metrics for these pitchers. all of his expected metrics are worse than his actual results. So that doesn't tell me, we're expecting no positive regression. So we're picking on him too. His expected ERA is above 5. Last thing, I always go to market movement. Once the weather reports come in, those are the moves I want to look at because now our data set is kind of complete. Since last night, we've had 4 steam moves to the over. This number has been moving to 10 all morning, so you want to jump on it now. Pretty sure it's still at 9.5 at Caesars and maybe Superbook. So Padres Nats over 9.5 runs.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call a deep dive. Do you want to do the work? And this is what I love the most because we're all about the Early Edge fam. Are we not? The Early Edge universe and the community that we're building. Are we not? Yes.
Yes.
So Big Cheesy said, this is before the show started. He wrote this. I really like the over 9.5 in Washington tonight because of the weather. Because he watches every day right here. And he says thoughts. So I didn't say it off the top. And I didn't even know what was coming. But look at that. Big Cheesy listens. All of you listen every single day. What do I tell you? Hashtag knowledge is power. Well done, Grace. Well done. And Big Cheesy. All right. Now, EC. All kidding aside, I hate giving you compliments. I absolutely do.
I know you do.
But alas, I am nothing if not a professional. So you, sir, have been on a ridiculous run, not only here on Early Edge in 5, but also with your golf picks. By the way, if you haven't watched Early Wedge yet, it's in your feed live. I encourage you to watch it right now, EC, the counselor, and myself. But we're not talking about golf right now. EC, what are we talking about today?
Well, we're not talking about air density because Grace covered that, and I have no idea what that is, to be honest with you. So we're just going to let her ride with that. Her explanation sounded great to me, so play the over in that Padres game. And you could parlay it with any of these 3 picks coming up here. Let's start with the 2 best players in baseball, 2 best hitters. Aaron Judge, over 2.5. Hits plus runs plus RBIs at even money. 8 of 17 lifetime against Tyler Wells, as Specty said. 3 home runs, 5 RBIs against him lifetime. We're going with the frickin' frack parlay. Yankees to win, Aaron Judge over, hits, runs, and RBIs. He's over this in 7 of his last 9. He's homered in 6 of his last 9, has an RBI in 8 of his last 9. And you ask, who is the second best player in baseball behind Aaron Judge? It is none other than Christopher Morel of the Chicago Cubs. And his over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs at plus 115. All right, I know the wind is blowing in tonight. That's a Grace special. Wind blowing in. We're not touching the total there. This guy's played 12 games in the major leagues. He has a hit and a run in every one of them. He's homered in 9 of the 12 games, including 5 straight. If you're telling me that's not one of the best players in baseball, listen, we got to keep riding it while it's hot. Let's do it. Kodai Senga, the Mets, 6.30 ERA and 20 road innings pitched. Righties are hitting 50 points higher than lefties against him. We're going to take a shot with Morel getting a hit and a run tonight. Maybe not a home run with that win, but we'll give it a go. And then we have to go back to our old buddy Ken Waldichuk of the A's. We're not going with his earned runs today. We're going with his over 2.5 walks at plus 110. I'm giving you 3 plus money props today to parlay with Grace's over and Spector's Yankees pick. Just doing you guys a favor. All right, so Waldichuk is over this 2.5 number in 6 of his 9 starts this season, including his last 3 when he's walked 6, 5, and 5. Has 18 walks and 24 2/3 road innings pitched. 8.39 ERA during that same time. He's going to get rocked, and he's going to walk people. I hope we go 3 for 3, so Coach keeps giving me the maestro spot.
Big Cheesy says the only place to see Coach in Early Edge in 5 will be behind EC's giant dome. Grace, have you noticed my action figure now? Grace is the...
Wait, really?
Mini coach.
Yeah,
Did you, how did this happen?
Clearly.
I
Did
needed
you
some
buy that,
wisdom.
EC? Please don't tell me you bought it.
I need some wisdom on a daily basis.
This is my... Now she's taking digs at me. She said, you didn't spend money on that? Grace,
I'm not buying anything with my coworker's face on it. I'm sorry.
I mean, but look at the arms. Look at the abs. I mean, look at the leg. I mean, I'm yoked. I'm absolutely yoked. I mean, for $14.99, there's not a better value out there.
I got it cheaper than that. I did get it cheaper than that. We said that.
Would it be,
Coach,
with free
Coach,
shipping.
Do you have one of these action figures of yourself, Coach?
Well, wouldn't you? If you had an action figure of yourself? This is a true story.
I suppose I would.
I have 3. I have 3 different ones that were made. The first time I was so paranoid that somebody thought I was going to buy my own action figure because these companies don't give you anything. they're licensed out, right? So they're not going to, WWE doesn't make these. It's another company. So I bought 10 of my own, and I used a coworker's credit card because I was so paranoid somebody's going to name my name. I swear to God. And I'm like, what an idiot I am. Anybody would buy their own action figure.
Wait, I kind of love this because now your presence will always be with us, even when you're not on the show.
Always. I'll always be here. I will always be here.
Erm Squared, that is a great comment.
By the way, M Squared's in the chat right now. And if you have any questions, make it quick. He may answer them in full time. He started hearing air density, and he had to log in. That's what M Squared does. Huge part of the crew. All right. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here is the recap courtesy of AB today on the ones and the twos. EC, 3 big plays. Aaron Judge over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. You know a player is hot when hit goes from 1.5 to 2.5. Christopher Morel over 1.5 home runs, and RBIs. Apparently, the books haven't got the memo on this cat yet. Then Kid Waldachuk over 2.5 walks. His control has been awful, as have the A's on the field. I watched them last night against Seattle. Easy cash, first of all. They look like a AAA team. It was embarrassing to watch. Grace, Padres, Nationals over 9.5 and validated by Big Cheesy. A reminder, do not miss the early wedge in your feed right now. If you are not a SportsLine member, what in the world are you doing? Use the promo code early. I'll give you 30 days for free. You get all of my cappers, and more so than that, you get every single one of our plays on SportsLine an hour before the show, at least, if not earlier. It pays because, as you know, the numbers are so important. Just look at today. 17.5 outs. He went to 17. Get it in. Just like Grace said, get it in 9.5 before it gets to 10. We can only lead you to the water. We can't help you drink. So with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these in-5 tickets straight to the pay window. Right, Ty Crow, Lobo, Amazing Grace, Frickin' Frack, EC, and the Speculator always, every single day, making this show their own and cashing tickets day after day after day. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about here at the Early Edge, where sometimes, yes, just sometimes, we do it in 5. Good luck.